up a chair and polish your spurs. Hillingdon, where they build budgets on wishes and emergency need. If you or I write a 36 million pound bad check, we go to jail. When the council does it, they call it technically legal. Hit it, girls! Martin had the saddle when the wagon first rolled. Weak little grip on a crisis of gold. Then came Eddie Lay, boots too clean, out of his depth in the finance ravine. They cooked up a budget with hope as the juice was made up savings, turning ledgers loose. They rubber stamped a fairy tale to keep their jobs alive and watched it completely crash before summer arrived. They don't say panic, they say intervention. They don't say broke, they say financial tension. They don't say rescue, they say support. They don't say cornered, they say report. But it's technically legal, morally broke. That ain't a budget, that's mirrors and smoke. They wrote a bouncing check and took a massive loan. Now the interest rate is rising on the only home we've known. Yeah, they broke the golden law, they put it to the test, giving CPR with an EFS. Well, EY soft, but the message was hard. Is this thing lawful or just playing cards? You got no robust estimates, your oracle is blind. You're spending cash you haven't gotten, leaving us behind. So now the permits are rising and the parking fees bite. A stealth tax waltz under committee lights. The poorest folks feel it, the pensioners sigh, while the cowboys keep insisting that the well ain't dry. They don't say disaster, they say transition. They don't say blind, they say new vision. They don't say please stop looking here, they say assurance will appear. Cause it's technically legal, morally broke. That ain't a budget, that's mirrors and smoke. They wrote a bouncing check and took a massive loan. Now the interest rate is rising on the only home we've known. Yeah, they broke the golden law but put it to the test, giving CPR with an EFS. Then Kaushik walked out and the saloon went still. Said you can't fix truth with a messaging drill. While the leaders looking up at a shiny empty seat, they're surveying the shadows, directing the feed. If you won the whole county, why look so stressed? Why mortgage our future to an EFS? So the monitoring officer, the sheriff of the town, looked at their own ledger and handed the verdict down. They investigated themselves behind a locked up door. Said if we sign this bailout loan, we ain't outlaws anymore. We plugged a hole in August for a crime we did in spring. So wipe the slate, ignore the debt, and let the angels sing. But it's technically legal, morally broke. That ain't a budget, that's mirrors and smoke. They wrote a bouncing check and took a massive loan. Now the interest rate is rising on the only home we've known. Yeah, they broke the golden law but put it to the test, giving CPR with an EFS. You can whisper assurance and progress and plan, but we heard EY and we understand. A fig leaf budget on a barbed wire.